But as your father said to you, there's a very fine line between funny and offensive. And how does one find that balance?
Well, you know, I really can't tell jokes. I wish I could. I admire people who can tell jokes. I forget the punchline. I build up the joke and I think, oh God, hoe eindig die bladjie dan? But the truth is funnier. And I learned through those years of apartheid that the targets, first of all, apartheid was not funny on any level, but the hypocrisy and the extraordinary blindness. And you weet ons as Christene and we decent people, and they were. They were. I mean, I can honestly tell you that I don't think there were any mass murderers among them, which made them even more dangerous. I keep on saying Adolf Hitler was a human being. For heaven's sake, don't forget that, because that makes you frightened. The monster, you have a monster on television created by a scriptwriter. And it was for me so extraordinarily important to try and find the truth, but not lie, not add noughts for effect, because on stage you've got a lot of power. You can say 10,000 people have died. One person that has died because of bad politics is enough to make me angry for the rest of my life. That's why I opened most of my shows during the 70s and the early 80s in Bloemfontein. Because I knew that if I told them the truth, they would listen. And if I lied, that bloody will kill me. No, it truthfully, and I spoke to many people, so you're playing bliksem. What? Waar hoor jy dit? And I always get the facts. Well, this is the fact. And yeah, jy's reg. It was extraordinary. And so, of course, sorry, just to finish the thing about offensiveness. I want to offend everybody, but not all the time. It's too exhausting. And I think to offend somebody is actually important, because you've suddenly made them listen. I've suddenly ripped their cage, and they're going, what? In other words, it's not the way I think about it. It's the way. So who is actually got the reality here? To demean people, to insult people is off. I don't do that. So that's what I avoid like the plague, because you can also do that with ease because of the power you have there. The red line of racism gets closer and closer every single day in our democracy. There was no such thing in the old South Africa, because it was politically correct to be a racist. So I had to be anti-racist in South Africa in those days. I couldn't even call myself anti-apartheid, because it wasn't about being anti-apartheid. It was just being against the status quo, because there had to be an alternative. But humor is a great weapon of mass distraction. You know, people don't expect to remember what they laughed at, and that's where I work now. Also, another definition, 49% anger, 51% entertainment.
Because otherwise they won't come again.
Who would you?
They will stop listening.
I wouldn't bother.
Yeah.
You've got to be sexy. Bietjie Tieter skit.